My name is Josh Krueger. I am a staff sergeant and I'm a United States Marine. I was basically struck by an IED. We were rolling down a route and an IED exploded next to the vehicle 25 meters to my right. Immediately hit me. I was in the gun of the Humvee. I fell through the turret, fell into my buddy, and he was like, I wasn't moving. I had made this conscious decision in my head to say, they're my guys, I trained them, I shouldn't need to add to the stress at this point. So I made this conscious decision. It's like, hey, I'm just gonna lay there. I'm not gonna scream, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna do anything, I'm just gonna lay there. I land on my buddy and he's like, Kay's dead. And I was like, whoa, 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 I'm not dead. He's like, oh, he's alive. Immediately like pulls the glove off my hand because I'm bleeding from my neck so bad. Puts pressure on my neck, my hand basically falls apart. They get me out of the vehicle, start doing, immediate combat life-saving. And they're like, we gotta get you to the last vehicle because we gotta get you medevaced out of here. I was like, all right, cool, I'll walk. So as I get up, two guys help me, but walk to the vehicle, get in, and they take me right back to Charlie Surgical in Fallujah. At that point, I know it's bad because they're triaging me, they're like mass movement. I can't see anything. I had so much blood in my eyes. I lost vision in my left eye and all the blood was basically like in my face area. So I couldn't see anything and it was a bustle of energy in the room. So I knew it wasn't good at that point. I hear the helo land, I get on, they wheel me on, and the flight medic, last thing I remember is the flight medic was trying to keep my airway open through my nose. And I keep pulling it away with my right hand. And he's like, you don't want that? I was like, no. I don't remember anything after that. So I think they immediately just said, we got to put this guy out and then keep his airway open. The extent of my injuries were, they did a limb salvage on my left hand, took a lot of different parts off of a lot of parts of my body and basically pieced it back together. I lost vision in my left eye. Everything else is kind of superficial shrapnel wounds and things of that nature. I stayed in the hospital for a month and a half, and I was very lucky that my doctor told me that the best place for me was at home. So as soon as I was able, and he had done all his surgeries to do the limb salvage, he basically wrote me orders for home, and I went home at that point. And what he did was, if there was a surgery that was needed after the fact, he'd bring me back on orders and I'd basically come back to the hospital, do my surgery, go back home. So I was basically back into Bethesda every 60 to 90 days for a surgery or a follow-up or something of that nature, but I didn't have to stay in a barracks room or be confined to quarters or anything like that. He wanted to see me heal at home. I mean, when you get injured, it's kind of like you're down and out at that point. A lot of things that you used to do, you kind of fear that you won't be able to do them again. And then I just started doing everything. I mean, not just mountain biking, but like back to working out, using kettlebells, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, whatever I could get my hands on to do at the time that was new and exciting. You're getting injured and it's changing, but it's not always a change for the worse. A lot of people see it as like, oh my gosh, you're severely injured. And it's like, hey, I get to learn how to do all this stuff a new way now. And yeah, sometimes it's harder. Sometimes you gotta, there's some trials and tribulations with learning that, but finding out how to do that stuff and then conquering that is probably a very lofty goal, and it's very rewarding when you get done with it. So just getting outside is like the #1 thing for me. Whether it's hunting, fishing, mountain biking, stand-up paddleboarding, whatever it is, I try to get out as much as I can. Hey, you wanna come out and ride with the president? It was like, yeah, I do. Knowing that you're not just the disposable, throwaway, forgotten at this point is what really makes the big difference, I think, in the big picture.